Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Work on all aspects of yourself. Work on all aspects. You know what? I'm known for body game. I'm known for body game, and many other young men are talking about body game, and yeah, it's a very important thing. But remember what I always say, that's just the bait. That's just the bait. You have to work on all aspects of yourself, not only just to get women. It's very important for women, but just to get through in life, period. You got it, because whatever you lack, that would be your weakness. That's what's stopping you. Like, let me use the physical attractiveness piece. Okay, you're physically attractive. Whether you look good, the barber bless you, and you got a nice body, you dress well. Okay, that's good. That's good. But at the end of the day, unless you're a gigolo, how's that helping you with the rest of your life? Yeah, you're gonna get plenty of women, But even then, some women are going to be like, well, yeah, he was fine until he opened his mouth. You still got to work on your social skills. You got to work on your conversation. Now, I've always quoted how Master Teacher BGS always broke down the game. Bait. All right, so you got to work on that aspect of yourself. You got to work on drawing women to you. You got to work on becoming visually attractive, and everything from your haircut, how you take care of your skin, hitting the gym, practicing standard body game at a minimum. Practicing standard body game at a minimum. Remember, I started using that term. So at a minimum, dressing well that complements your physical form. All right, you got the bait. Okay, she got over there. Okay, what are you talking about? What do you got going on in your life? What can you talk about? Is your life interesting? Or are you just a person that works and come back? Maybe at best, maybe you hit the gym or something like that. But what can you talk about outside of that? Can you talk about anything interesting, exciting? What you got going on? Only way you can be interesting, talk about something, you got to have something going on. So what are you doing to have something going on in your life? What do you have any expertise in? What do you have any knowledge in at a minimum? I'm saying that as a minimum because every man should have mastered some body of knowledge. Every single man should master a body of knowledge, or at least work on mastering it. I'll say that. It takes a while to be a master, but at least do that, right? What can you do? What do you know? And then that's at least one that you mastering. What do you know about everything else? Can you have an interesting conversation just based off of what you can talk about? Are your social skills developed to that degree, right? So shoot, you got that. You got that. Now he talked about, Master Teacher BGS talked about the environment as well. The environment. All right, what do you know about you? Do you know what environment that you in? That's part of it. You gotta know you gotta know which ponds you're swimming in as a fish. You gotta know where you at. Do you know about that? So you got those three, and then shoot, if you're talking about dealing with women, you're gonna have to master the sex thing. And unfortunately for some, but fortunately for others, that just takes practice. Now, I know some guys will say, well, how can I get any practice? Well, are you mastering bait? Are you mastering your social skills to even get to the sex part? And then even in there, what are you doing? Are you going to make sure that it's an enjoyable session, not just for yourself, but for her? Indeed, players would say, hey, make sure she comes first. Make sure she comes first, or at least work at it. Because, with that, or a woman's orgasm, part of that's on her. Part of that is on her. But you still got to do your part, And then you still got to enjoy it for yourself, too. So you got to work on it. And let's take it to another level. People know I've talked about the house of the man. The house of the man. And you have some writers, they've talked about other archetypes of masculinity and everything. but the one I used was a presentation from Master Yao and Yamache Morris, who in turn, he developed it after learning the aspects and archetypes from a martial arts grandmaster. You know, we just called him Master 10. And so, you know, you talk about the house of the man. You have the warrior. You have the warrior. Are you a protector? You know, can you protect a family? Protect yourself, a family. Are you a person who can engage in a conflict, either physical or mental? Are you an eagle? Have you worked on that aspect of yourself? Can you see ahead? And, you know, can you see ahead? Because, you know, you get some people say they all for it, but you start questioning them and they're not. If you all for it, you're a Superman. But everybody have at least one that should be apparent, even if it's not at its highest development. But getting back into it, are you an eagle? Can you see ahead? If you have a plan for a future, can you like step by step plan your way to get there? You have a goal, that's what an eagle does, just in a logical, rational manner. Say, okay, boom, boom, boom. You know, not just see the path ahead, but create the path ahead. Are you a hunter, which means you're making some money? If you a fully developed hunter makes money. You know, if we were in indigenous culture, you know, that means you can go out and get that water buffalo or that animal for the meal. You know, in modern culture, it means you can make that money. And if you're a healer, can you make that woman holler? You're a party guy, that's more social and everything. And like I you know, alluded to, you get a lot of guys, they hear that and they'll say, well, I'm all for. And if I decide to break them down, I'll say, oh, that means you can do this, this, and this. Because anybody who's all for, they're at the top of the food chain. That means they can get the women. They can protect the family. They can plan everything. And you making money. You really making money. Because if you're not there, okay? It's just that simple. So, but here's the thing. Where you need to work on everything, not just one thing, because everything is connected to each other. However you want to look at it, whatever terms you want to use. Even with the house of the man, I know someone else, they use different terms in their book. So, and you know, you have some people, they'll say king, warrior, you know, poet, lover, all that stuff. Whatever the case, are you working to become a thorough man? See, I haven't used that term in a while, but one thing about a man who's thorough, he's kicking on all cylinders, or at least most of them. He's not one-dimensional. You know, he might be seen as complex. Yeah, he's that type. Yeah, he could throw up 300 pounds and everything, but then he could also give a presentation out on some subject. He's making that money too, and he can have a conversation with anybody on the planet. So you want to work on all aspects of yourself. Anything that you lacking in, and you got to be honest with yourself. Am I lacking in this? Okay, let me work on that. Let me work on my social skills. Let me work on my physicality. Let me get my style together. Let me get my plan together. And then if you're talking about a family, hey, you want to be a father. Hey, that's something, well, that's a on-the-job learning experience, trust me. So, but that's the thing. Work on all aspects of yourself. Really, really contemplate what I'm saying and then get working. All right? In fact, just get working and stuff and contemplate it as you're working. All right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.